Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Pastor James Reese, Heaven's Light Ministries, preacher on patrol. Revelation 12:12. Let me give you a little insight. If you're wondering why America seems to be under a cloud of fear, you know, it's almost like there's a controlling mechanism creating fear for people. Global warming and so on and so forth, you know. Let's go to Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has gone down to you. He is filled with fury, because he knows that his time is short. What does an animal do when it's backed into a corner? It knows it's trapped. It'll fight. It'll gnaw its own leg off to get out of a trap. Let me tell you something. The devil is furious, and he is ramping up. He and those 1/3 of those angels that left heaven because they revolted against God are ramping up. You're seeing things in this earth right now that don't make any sense. You know, when I say that, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. Just turn on the news. What's happening? Who's saying what about who? Who's claiming to be what they're not? And so on and so forth. Be very cautious. In the name of Jesus, do not choose safety over freedom by any chance. But let's flip over here now quickly to Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1. Chapter 6, verse 1 says this. In the year of King Uzziah died, it says, in a vision, I saw the Lord sitting high upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the skirts of his train filled the most high part of the temple. And above him stood the seraphim. Each of them had 6 wings, 2 covering his own face, and 2 covering his feet, and with 2 each one flew. And the foundations of the thresholds shook as the voice of him who cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Now, this is a terrifying scene that Isaiah is seeing here. He's in the presence of God. And then said I, woe is me, for I am undone and ruined, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. And then flew one of the seraphim, heavenly beings, to me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with tongs from off the altar. And when it touched my mouth, and he said, behold, this has touched your lips, your iniquity and guilt are taken away, and your sin is completely atoned for and forgiven. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. Isaiah, listen folks, this was in a time when one king had died, another king had come in, and who do you suppose is the first to go? The first ones that take the hits when the new king comes in is the prophets. Isaiah was very concerned. Well, you know what? God reassured him. The fear that Isaiah had of man was replaced by reverential fear of God. You see, God says, I'm in control of all things. Don't fear man, fear me. And that's not a fear, I'm going to squish you because I'm bigger than you. That's not what God's saying. He says, I'm the creator of all things. I knew you before I formed you in the secret place. I know the number of your days. You know, reverential fear is a wonderful thing. That's when you know and you bow before God because he is the Lord. Listen, don't fear man. Don't give up your freedom for comfort. Don't do it. Mark my word. Hard times are coming, but that's okay. You've got the inside track, Jesus Christ. Subscribe, hit that like button. We'll see you again at that point in time. It's Pastor Jim.